Are you ready to start growing some things? Springtime is right around the corner, so it's time to get started. But if you haven't thought about it, it's not too late. You still have time. So stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome to my channel, Favor and Grace. I am a mom, a wife, a volunteer, an employee, and a businesswoman. I have a lot going on, but one thing that I love to do is grow things, plant things in the ground, in a pot, or wherever I can find to grow something, whether it's vegetables, a green plant, or flowers. I enjoy every minute of it. So it is February here in sunny Florida, North Florida, and I am behind the power curve on getting my planting started. So I have a little patch in the backyard where I can plant some vegetables and flowers, and I have another little spot in mind that I may try out this year as well. So I have a lot of things in mind and a lot of plans, and I already have seeds and a bunch of things to get me started at home. But if you are someone who is just beginning, maybe you don't have a lot of supplies or you don't know where to begin, I thought that we would look at some discount options to get you going. So we are here at the local discount stores. Right now I am in front of Dollar General. Swing around here. You can't see the store sign very well because the truck is in the way, and of course the typical shopping cart in the middle of the parking. Oops, I pressed the wrong button there, so I cut off at the end. But anyway, the shopping cart that seems to always be in the middle of the parking lot at Dollar General. But we're going to go inside and see what we can find that might help us to get started with growing some things and on a budget. All right, here we go. All right, we are inside. I just have to find the garden area. I don't come to the store a whole lot, so I'm not entirely sure. But I think it's this way. Oh, found a few things. All right, I think this is it. So you can see they have some discounted lighting options. Some little gnomes, some pruners, some globes. Let's see, nothing super promising yet, but if you do need to purchase some containers, this would be a good option because they're not quite as expensive as some places. So that's a pretty good size pot, and it's $5. It is plastic, but to get you started, that is not bad. This one is $12. Pretty good size planter. You could put a tomato plant or pepper plant in there and do pretty well. Let's keep going. Hopefully that's not everything. Here's some soil. So they do have some. I try to use natural pesticides and fertilizers, so probably won't be picking up any of that. If you are going to be starting your seeds indoors, which any of you that are a lot farther north than me, you probably will be doing that with most of your seeds, the potting soil may be a good option to pick up here. If you're actually working on a plant bed, you won't necessarily want to get potting soil, but we'll talk more about that when we're working on my garden spot at my house. But for now, we're just going to pick up a small bag of potting mix so that we can go ahead and get started on some of the indoor seeds. All right, so be back in a bit. All right, so Dollar General wasn't a huge success. I did go ahead and get a bag of the Dollar General house brand of indoor outdoor potting mix, and it's probably not the greatest potting mix that ever existed, but for someone starting out, it's a great option. It was only $3 for a pretty good sized bag that will more than be enough to fill up our seedling packets, and then probably will also be able to help us to transfer the starter seeds into a little bit bigger container if we need to. And whatever's left, I usually just kind of dump into the garden bed and mix it in just for added filler. So let's go ahead and check out Dollar Tree. I didn't see seeds and a lot of things that I normally see at the Dollar General or Family Dollar, other similar discount stores. So maybe they don't have everything in yet, or they may have downscaled as well. I'm not really sure, but and that's the first time that I've been in there this season. So maybe I'll check back in a week or two and see how it's coming along. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and check out the Dollar Tree. And as you can see, it is very sunny here in the Dollar Tree parking lot, so that is making me even more ready to get started. All right, see you inside. Kind of loud in here, so hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. I'm gonna make my way over to where the garden area normally is. I think I see it over there. Alright, so they have a bigger selection here than what we saw at Dollar General. So let's see what we can find. Lots of good pots here. These are some little starter containers. It probably has drainage holes or spots that you can make a drainage hole, so you can put several starter seeds in there and then divide them out. It has a little lid, you can see from the photograph, has a little lid on top to keep it nice and warm to help with germination. They also have these little plastic containers that you can basically do the same thing with. Those are great if you have a small storage tub or tray to set them in, and that way when you water them, the little bit of water will stay in the bottom and help you with keeping them watered without having to water every day. Looks like some kind of soaker hose. That's interesting. May have to check that out sometime. It's a little fencing. I'm not really a big fan of those because it doesn't really do much, but if you like the looks of it, then maybe that would be a reason to use it. These are little trellis, not very heavy duty, pretty flimsy trellis, but would be good if you have maybe a dwarf tomato plant or something to help to stake that. Have trowels and spays and all kinds of tools to help you with gardening. So if you don't have those things, you can check them out here. Also, other discount stores like Walmart will have lots of those options, usually around $1 as well. And I don't know about your Dollar Tree, but ours has gone to $1.25. So everything's not $1, it's $1.25 now. There are also some plastic watering bulbs, so you just fill that with water and you can put it in your plant to keep it watered. Has some little macrame pot hanging things. Some knee pads down here if you need those to be able to kneel down. So again, there are lots of good options. This is actually a better deal than at the Dollar General. These are about the same size, a little bit smaller container than the $5 ones, but definitely would be a less expensive option. Have these little plant labels we'll grab a package of those. They're plastic, so I usually just use craft like Popsicle Sticks, but we'll grab a set of those because I like that they're white. You can see them pretty well. The only seeds that I see right off the bat are these microgreens, so we'll go ahead and grab a package of those. The microgreens, the good thing about the microgreens is that they grow really quickly, so you can put those in some soil, a nice sunny spot, but not too hot that you kill them. Oh, here's some more seeds, but put them in a nice sunny spot and they'll be growing in just a matter of days. So these are flower seeds. I don't see any vegetable seeds. Normally they have a little display with a bunch of different seeds, so I'll have to ask. These are also really pretty good pots to get, and I think I have a set of these at home, so I'm not going to pick them up today, but they're biodegradable material. It's kind of hard to see well in the video, but it's a biodegradable, so you start your seeds in it and then you can kind of break it up a little bit. Just usually when they're wet, you can kind of smash them with your fingers and expose the root a little bit and put them in the soil. So those are a good option also for starter pots. It's a little herb planter of parsley, dill, thyme, and looks like that's all that was back there. Lots of flowers. Here's some more of the herb ones. Looks like the same type. We have wildflowers, impatiens, marigolds, zinnias. Zinnias are a good companion plant, and they help with pest control. Oh, that just like dumped all over my arm. That was interesting. But anyway, so zinnias might be a good option for you. I have some zinnia seeds, so I don't need any of those today. And looks like that's it. So I'm just going to go and ask if they have more seeds somewhere in a display maybe, but normally they're right there in that area. So I'm going to guess that they probably don't have them quite yet. Hopefully they'll get them though. Alright, so they don't have any other seeds right now, and she said that they do have a truck coming in today and then later in the week, so we'll check back and see. But normally they have a nice big display with vegetables and some fruits and flower seeds, all different kinds of things. So just wanted to show you a few things that also could be an option. You just kind of have to think outside the box. So if you were to get those biodegradable seed starter pots, you could also grab just an inexpensive foil pan, and then this has the plastic lid on it as well, and you can put your little pots in here, and then when you water them, there will still be some water in the bottom, so you don't have to water daily. And then if you put the plastic lid on, not too tightly, but put it on to give it a kind of a greenhouse type of environment, that would be a great option. Another thing that I've used a lot are just the little inexpensive paper cups, like these little mouthwash cups. So you get, let's see, 36 of those in a package for $1, and you can just punch a little hole in the bottom for drainage, and you have a little starter seed pot. Some people also will use these type of plastic cups or solo cups. I again try to stay away from plastic, so I don't usually use those unless I for some reason happen to have a lot of them, and that's just something that I have on hand to use, but normally I try to avoid those. but these are a good option and are inexpensive. So we randomly have some other seed packets over here. It's basically the same thing that we saw in the other area, the zinnia seeds, wildflower seeds, herbs, that sort of thing. The other thing that's good to look for in this area is jute or other natural twine that you could use to tie up your plants if you need to help them to climb, or if it's a tomato plant or something that's taller, just to help it to stand up. So just continuing to look and see if I can find, I thought this was the craft section, but maybe not. See if I could find the popsicle sticks. So this cotton twine, again, a natural fiber and would be good to tie plants up, but you just have to do it loosely. If you have some yarn or string at home, definitely repurpose that. Use it. You don't have to go out and buy a ton of things. All you need really is some soil, some seeds, water and sunshine, and that will get you started. Alright, let's see. So craft sticks, looks like all they have are kind of rainbow color ones, but they're really tiny and they're really dark, so that'll be hard to read. Plus, I don't know what kind of dyes are in those, so I don't really want to have a rainbow colored garden soil if it rains and everything washes away. Alright, well, I don't see any plain popsicle sticks, but I'm pretty sure that I have some somewhere at home, so I'll try that. Okay, so we didn't have a ton of luck at the Dollar Tree either, but I do have seeds at home myself that I already have ordered from one of my favorite seed companies, and I'll talk more about them a little bit later in another video. But you can also go to Walmart, maybe even Target. I haven't checked out Target's garden center recently, but I know when I was just at Walmart over the weekend, they had a huge display, like an entire aisle that was full of seeds that were a pretty good value there as well. The thing that you need to remember about seeds is that you don't need a ton. So if you're just starting out, you don't have a huge space, which I don't have a huge space for planting, so I can't do a whole 12-foot roll of green beans or something like that. I can have maybe a couple of green bean plants, a couple of tomato plants, a couple of pepper plants, and my garden's already starting to get full at that point. So if that is the same with you, or if you're going to be doing a few containers, maybe get together with a friend or a neighbor and each of you purchase a couple of seed packets, and then you can trade out, and that way you are cutting down your expenses even more, but you can try a variety of different seeds without wasting anything that you're not going to use because you get way too many in the package. But if you do find your Dollar Tree has seeds, that's normally, well, I'm not sure, because if your Dollar Tree is still $1, then they're probably going to be 25-cent packets. But since we're $1.25 now, it's probably 4 packets for $1.25, so a little bit more. But at any rate, still going to be relatively inexpensive. There'll probably be fewer seeds in those packets, but again, that's all you need to get started. All right, so thanks for coming along with me as we check out some discount options, and we will soon be planting, so stick around for that. If you haven't subscribed, press that red subscribe button below and you'll be notified of any new content that's available, and you won't miss out when we start planting seeds. And I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And it also will let me know that you liked this topic, and I will continue providing even more. All right, well, everyone have a great day. I hope you're getting some sunshine wherever you are. But in the meantime, start thinking about what you want to plant, and we will get going together. All right, bye. See you next time.